Hello friends, very warm welcome in this video. BSc Part 2nd Semester 3 Subject Zoology and the paper number 5th Animal Diversity 2nd. Myself Dr. Jay Sawan, Assistant Professor Department of Zoology, Rajaram College, Kolhapur. Today we will learn about Animal Diversity 2nd. In this paper, the chapter number 4 is related to the class Amphibia. So first we will discuss or learn about the general introduction related to the class Amphibia. The amphibians are the first vertebrates that occur in the freshwater as well as on a land or the moist land. The amphibians is in Marathi called as a Ubhaychar Prani because they are having both habitat, that is the freshwater as well as on a land, because they include the some animals like the salamandra or the frog or toad. They complete their life cycle some stages in the water body or some stages, or in adult they are become a terrestrial habitat. Therefore the amphibians are occur in a freshwater or in a water or in a moist land. They are inhabiting all the places all over the world, but except some regions like extreme cold condition or the extreme hot conditions. Regeneration is a well-known phenomenon which is present in amphibians because there are the some part of the body is regenerated in case of salamandra, in case of another examples in the class amphibia. Being a cold-blooded, they show the hibernation and the estivation, and these are both called as a winter sleep and summer sleep respectively, because they maintain their body temperature because they are a cold-blooded animal, and therefore maintaining the temperature of the body they are go for the winter sleep, or in a another this is called as estivation, which is the summer sleep. So this is the photographic presentation which show that is the regeneration capacity which is present in salamandra, and the another photograph which show the frog which go for the hibernation, that is the winter sleep. Class amphibian include the primitive group of land vertebrates. About 2500 living species are known, and some of the pictures are included in this slide, that is the frog, toad, ichthyophis, salamandra. So this is the living species which is occur in the class amphibia. Then there are the some general features which are related to only the class amphibia, which are not present in the class Pisces, and then it is related when compared with the mammals, reptiles, and the aves, or primitive or the earlier classes, that is the Agnatha or the Protochordate. So the general features which is included in the class amphibians, they are live in both water and on a land. So this is the photographic presentation which show the frog which is present or the live on a land as well as in a water. Then cold-blooded vertebrates. So they are the general features or the characteristics of the amphibians are the cold-blooded vertebrates. Skin is a this is the very interesting and the characteristic phenomenon of the amphibians, that is skin is a smooth, slimy, and without exoskeleton. Means in case of reptiles there is the scales are present, in case of ales the feathers are present, but in case of amphibians the skin is a very smooth, slimy, and without any kind of exoskeleton. So the graphical photographic presentation shows the moist and the slimy uh, skin which is observed in this photo in the frog body. Then digits are without claws. They are terrestrial as well as live in a water, but for swimming purpose they require the claws, but the digits are without claws. In this photograph observe the four legs in a without claws, but it is mm, uh, but these animals can swim also. Then the another characteristic feature which is absent in the other class, that is the skin, lungs, and gills are the organs of respiration. Frog or the amphibians life cycle or the some life stages is completed in a water body, and the some are in a after become a adult they are go for the terrestrial habitat. Therefore in case of initial stages of life cycle, that is larval stages or the nymphal stages, the respiration is works through the gill respiration, and after that, because of the moist skin, mucus glands are present, and due to the diffusion method, the gases exchange is takes place through the skin, and the vital organ for the respiration in the terrestrial habitat is the lungs. So the skin, lungs, and gills are the organs of respiration in case of amphibians. Then the another characteristic feature related to the circulatory system, that is heart is a three chamber, that is the two auricles and the one ventricle is present. It is a actually three chambered, but when it is a dissected and morphologically or the anatomically, there are the five chambered heart, that is the truncus arteriosus and sinus venosus are the additional sac like chambers which are present on the dorsal side or the ventral side, but basically the functional chambers are three, and therefore in amphibians three chambered heart is present, two auricles and one ventricle is present. Sexes are separate, show sexual dimorphism. There are the so many species or the number of species of salamander, then number of species of frog, number of ichthyophys species are present. And in case of frog, most of the frog species are different in color variation, and they are again differ in the male female characteristics. So these are the two photographs which show the female and male which are sexually dimorphism because of their length, then body marks, body color. These are the two different photographs. There are the so many number of species show that sexual dimorphism, and the sexes are separate. Most of the males are very attractive in color as compared to female, but the female are larger in size in case of frog. The fertilization is external. Both male and female, after mating, the female lays eggs in a number of bunch, and the male deposit their sperms on that particular bunch, and the external fertilization is a takes place. So this is the photographic presentation which show the mating in between the both male and female. After that, the bunch of the eggs, and the after magnification, the single egg shows the ekdam as like a transparent body structure. Eggs are laid in a bunches. So the as earlier I told you, the eggs are laid in a bunches. Larva undergoes the metamorphosis. This is the another characteristic feature or the features of the amphibians. The larva undergoes metamorphosis, means the eggs, after laying the eggs by the female, the eggs undergo the developmental condition, that is the embryonic development. After that, the tadpole condition, first instar, second instar, third instar. After that, the it get converted into the adult stage. So this is the life cycle of the frog. There are the two photographic presentation which show from the egg, then embryo, tadpole stage, then front leg breakthrough, then start of the pulmonary breathing, and after that the adult become a terrestrial habitat. Then the main um, animal diversity which is included, the basic thing, that is the classification. So the class amphibia get more subclassify, or it is a having two subclasses, that is the Lis amphibia and the Steocephalia. The Steocephalia subclass having extinct amphibians, means the animals which are included in the subclass Steocephalia are not observed today, and the Lis amphibia which showing the living amphibians, and this subclass is again show three main orders, that is Apoda, Irodela and Anura. So the Apoda order includes number of species, for example Ichthyophis, Gymnophis, Siphonus and the Eurytyphlops. So these are the some examples of the animals which is included in order Apoda. Then Urodela, Salamandra, Amphioma, Triton, Proteus, Necturus and the Siren. These are the examples in belongs to the order Urodela. Then Anura, frog, toad, alitus, pipa, pilobates, hyla. These are the some examples belongs to the order Anura. Then subclass, the characteristic feature of the subclass Stegocephalia. These are extinct one. Skull is completely covered with the dermal bones, hence the name is Stegocephalia. These were somewhat lizard or the salamanders like example Eriops, but this is the extinct one. Then the another class or the subclass of amphibia, that is Lis amphibia, and the characteristic feature or the general characters of Lis amphibia is it includes all living amphibians. Skin is soft and glandular. Number of skull bones reduced. Teeth are simple and skull is without pineal foramen. So these are the characteristic feature of the subclass Lis amphibia. And these Lis amphibia or all living amphibians are further classified into three orders. The first one is the Apoda. These are the limbless amphibians, means Apoda, which is include the example that is Ichthyophis, because limbless amphibians are included in a order Apoda. Then another second order is Urodela. This is called as a Urodela because the reason behind it is tail amphibians, and the example is a salamander. And the last order, that is Anura. Anura means tailless amphibians, and the example is a frog and toad. So these are the three important orders which is included in the class Amphibia under the subclass Lis Amphibia. So we will discuss in detail one by one order and each and every example which is included in order Apoda, Urodela and Anura, and their characteristic features of that particular animal, that is Ichthyophis, Salamandra or the frog. So today we will stop here. So friends, we will meet again in the next video. So stay tuned with me. Thank you.